And hopefully by this time you've seen the movie review. So now I'm actually going to talk about the Blu-ray itself. I just figured it'd be much easier just talking about the movie than if people want talking about the Blu-ray. And once again, I wanted to give a shout out to Ninja Supersport who sent me this. It was very kind. He didn't have to. I didn't know. Just in my Q&A, he's like, "Hey, I got an extra copy. You want this?" I'm like, "Okay, if you really want." But first off, this is from Stream Factory slash Shout Factory. I guess he had talked about how he had seen me do a video about how I was praising these guys. Uh, Shout Factory is doing a lot of cool stuff. Like even now, I saw that they have a 4-pack coming out that has the Exterminator 2, as well as Eye of the Tiger and a film called Cyclone. But Exterminator 2 on DVD, that's cool. They're Shout Factory. They'll also come out with the original TV show Mad TV. There was never a season 2. Now there will be a season 2 thanks to Shout Factory. Shout Factory I give a lot of praise to. And also Scream Factory as well. Even if I'm disappointed in a little bit of something, I still can't get mad at them because they're doing a lot of good stuff. That's one of those things I give them a break. And there's a lot of stuff I want to get from them that's coming out, and I'm going to have to put out alone. Like Life Force I want to get, because I like this movie seeing this second time around. It wouldn't be one of my favorite slasher films, it wouldn't be in my top 10 or anything, but I like some of the stuff that they did with this. So I want to give Tobe Hooper films like Life Force another shot. I know that's coming out by Scream Factory. I want to give Life Force another shot. The Burning, which I like the cover. I agree with someone what they said. It looked like a heavy metal album. I haven't seen The Burning forever, but I like to get that. Prison, The Video Dead slash TerrorVision, The Nest, uh, The Vagrant, The Horror Show. There's just so many. I have to get out alone to get all that. But first, I would mention the cover. I think it's a really cool cover. It's got all the characters. This is the creature in his Frankenstein monster mask, which I like the idea. These guys really do excellent covers. They Live is probably still my favorite cover that they did, but the Halloween 2 and 3 are really great. Again, I did talk about Halloween 2 and 3 Blu-rays. I talked about They Live. I meant they're still on this channel. And this is a slipcase. And oh wait, here's the back. Here's a magician that in it for about a couple minutes, played by William Finley, which this actor I know was in Silent Rage in a small role as one of the scientists. He was a scientist with the glasses, one of them. And actually what's nice is that you have a different bat, so there's the monster creature with the Frankenstein monster mask. And it's a small detail, but I like when they do this. You can flip it, so you have this, but you can also do this, which is, I believe, the original VHS cover, which is cool. I remember, like, wait a minute, that's not in the movie? What the fuck? Pay to get in, pray to get out. Again, this kind of looks more like it would be a slasher film, but it's not. It's not a body count movie at all. I wouldn't call it gory at all. And for those wondering, it is an anamorphic widescreen. And also, so you have different, and also they have another cover, which I believe this was the theatrical poster. Could be wrong, but I'm trying to put it over so there we go. And like that. Now, as for features, I don't know. I can't say I was, it didn't really bother me because I'm like, oh, I haven't seen that film forever. I like to see it. And I thought the film looked good, sounded good. I mean, I'm not really a big connoisseur on the video quality and stuff. I thought it looked good. That's pretty much as deep as I can get. As for features, you have audio commentary with director Tobe Hooper, moderated by filmmaker Tim Sullivan. And to be honest, Tobe Hooper, his commentaries are kind of boring. I know that's mean, but I have nothing against the guy, but it's kind of fucking boring. The commentary is really boring guy to listen to. Seems like a very nice guy to listen to. So I don't mind like an interview with the guy, but a commentary just seems kind of boring. Like interview, okay. Like if they had an interview with Tobe Hooper, which is funny because there's another release that does, which I'll get to. But commentary, and and then you have really 4 interviews. And the 4 interviews are with, you have interview with Kevin Conway, who plays this character, the Barker, about 10 minutes long. Then you have an interview with executive producer Mark L. Lester, same guy who directed Commando, Showdown Little Tokyo. That's Mark L. Lester. He actually executive produced this. He's in there for 8 minutes. Just some interesting stuff about how this was a $400,000 production, but then it became a $3 million flick for Universal. And also he mentions how Gene Siskel is a fan of this film, which again, if I didn't mention before, Gene Siskel is a fan of this movie. And I looked up, if you see an Siskel and Ebert episode where they talk about guilty pleasures, Gene Siskel gives praise to this film, which I thought was interesting. Also, I think like Roger Ebert gave praise to Inframan, and I think one or the other talked about The Last Radiant, and Gene Siskel liked The Last Starfire, which I thought was cool. So yeah, again, commentary with director Tobe Hooper, which you have interview with Kevin Conway, which was fine. Interview with Mark L. Lester for about 8 minutes. Interview with composer John Beal, who actually went on to do sort of trailers to certain music to certain trailers. And then you have an audio interview with this actor William Finley, who passed away. Unfortunately, passed away I think last year sometime. I think in April or something last year, which is too bad. And that's about 3 minutes long. So those 4 interviews, the commentary, and then you have a trailer and TV spots. Pretty much it. Which, isn't much. I mean, it's better than nothing, so I can't really complain. But the reason I bring that up is, for those who are big, big fans of this movie, and you know that your Blu-ray is region-free, or I don't know if the Blu-ray itself is region-free. Like, I have a DVD player that's region-free, but my Blu-ray, nah, I don't know. But the reason where I'm going with this is, for those who either live overseas and you're a fan of the Funhouse, or you like getting Blu-rays from overseas and it can play on your Blu-ray player, there's this one Screen Factory release, which is in the US, but then there's a Blu-ray of the Funhouse overseas by this company called Arrow Video, which I know some people were telling me about, which have completely different features. And to be honest, I think they sound like better features than what Screen Factory had. Because the Arrow Video and overseas, they have 3 commentary tracks. Commentary track with the Funhouse special effects guy Craig Reardon and Jeffrey Reddick, creator of the Final Destination series, which that's weird that he's in there. Commentary with producer Derek Power and genre scholar Howard S. Berger. Commentary with Justin Kurzweil, author of Teenage Wasteland and host of the slasher cinema website Hysteria Lives, and author Caitlin Waddell. 3 commentary tracks. One of them probably better than commentary on this. Because I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of the commentary track. Tobe Hooper is just boring to listen to, commentary-wise, for me. But this Arrow Video has 3 commentary tracks. It does have an interview with Tobe Hooper, which that might be more interesting. About a 15-minute interview. Has about a 20-minute interview with one of the actors, Miles Chapin, who's this guy. Which I thought that was kind of one of the sad things about this, is that there wasn't really interviews with the actors. Maybe they were asked, and maybe they passed away. I don't know. Maybe they didn't care to talk about it, but like these 2 or something. Maybe they tried. Again, I'm not really going to complain about Screen Factory, because they're doing a lot of good stuff. But yeah, overseas, again, 3 commentary tracks from Arrow Video. 15-minute interview with Tobe Hooper. About 20-minute interview with this guy with the glasses, Miles Chapin. You have an interview with Craig Reardon, special effects guy who worked with Tobe Hooper on Eaten Alive, Poltergeist, and the Funhouse. Interview with Mick Garris, who talks a little bit about Tobe Hooper. I don't know why, but okay. Live Q&A with Tobe Hooper from San Francisco. A collector's booklet. Double-sided fold-out artwork poster. Trailer. Brand new transfer, 1080p. So, yeah, for those who are big fans of the movie, if you want all the features, not only this, but Arrow Video overseas, they have, again, all those features. 3 commentaries, interview with Tobe Hooper, interview with Miles Chapin, interview. So it's too bad that like both companies can be like, okay, here's all the features, let everybody have them. The UK can have the features on this, we can have the features over there. I think that'd be fair, but that's not how it goes. Just not how it goes, which is too bad. But I'm still very fortunate that Ninja Supersport, he sent me this, because watching it again, I didn't say I liked it. I appreciate that it was more of a slow-paced film, but it was more of a build-up. Maybe that worked because I like these characters. I like the atmosphere of the carnival. I liked the atmosphere, especially inside the Funhouse. I thought you had some good-looking shots. I thought the monster was a good-looking monster. I thought the score by John Beal was pretty good. It's an orchestral score. And I appreciate this film more. I can say I like the film. Again, it would be one of my favorites because I still think it's a little too slow at times. Maybe the subplot with the kid, her younger brother leaving, really goes nowhere except the scene. Well, 2 scenes. One where, again, like I said in my review, the carnival's going down, closing down. You see that nice shot where it pans up and goes across the carnival. The other where she sees that her brother's being picked up by her parents, and she's trying to scream, "Hey, I'm in here," but it doesn't work. But all in all, it's a subplot that really goes nowhere. Um, but and it's not a gory film. It's not a slasher film. It's not a body count film. But at the same time, I appreciate what it was doing, and it was I liked it. I liked the film. Again, I did a review for it. But as for the Blu-ray, it looks fine. It sounds fine. But it was nice to be honest, the only features I really cared about, I'll be honest. The other interview with actor William Finley wasn't much. It was like 3 minutes. Really wasn't much. Commentary I didn't care for. John Beal, the composer, I don't know, just didn't really interest me. I mean, he did a good job with the film, but it didn't really interest me. I do say though, I liked the 8-minute interview with Mark L. Lester, but I like Mark L. Lester in his movies. And I liked the interview with Kevin Conway, who played the Barker. So really, those 2 interviews are the only things I liked about the Blu-ray itself. But you may feel differently. If you're fine with Tobe Hooper commentaries from the past, and if you're fine with his commentaries in the past, you'll like this one, I would assume. It's moderated by filmmaker Tim Sullivan, who I think did 2001 Maniacs, I believe. Could be wrong. And either way, it was nice seeing this film again, and I didn't have this film, and I liked it. So again, I want to give Tobe Hooper's some of his other films another look. Eaten Alive, I don't want to buy it, but I don't know. Life Force, I know that comes out from Screen Factory. I don't know when, but I like to see that again. But either way, I liked it. So once again, Ninja Supersport, thank you very much for this. And if you're interested, this is the collector's edition Blu-ray from Shout Factory, or I should say Screen Factory. And Screen Factory, keep up the nice stuff. Although I gotta be honest, if you had to pick between the two, let me put it this way, if you have a chance and you're able to get either one, you might want to pick up the Arrow video more, because it just seems like there's more stuff in that. I mean, 3 commentaries compared to 1, and then a lot more interviews, like with Tobe Hooper, with an actor from the film, with a makeup effects guy from the film. I mean, in all purposes, if you're a big fan of the film, you'd have both of them. But if you had to pick one or the other, and you know you can play Blu-rays from overseas on yours, or that Blu-ray can be played anywhere in the world. I mean, maybe that's the case. Again, I'm not the most knowledgeable in that. Of the 2, it looks like you probably go more with the Arrow videos. It just seems like there's more stuff on there. So I just letting people know in case let them know. But either way, that's the Funhouse. So thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you.